Hey guys, this is Dave with Moniology. Hope everyone is having a great week. Today is November 19th, 2017, and this is the precious metal sector review. Overall, as you'll see in the video ahead, precious metals look like they're primed to run and run very hard. We've been very bullish on precious metals from a longer term standpoint, and they've been really kicked in the rear end in the last couple of weeks and months. But you use these opportunities to initiate longs or add to positions that are really high quality names, and you're going to be rewarded in our humble opinion. So let's take a look at why we are very bullish on the sector, especially at this moment in time. So we'll start with the gold weekly chart. Gold has been in a bullish pattern here ever since the breakout in 2016. We broke out here from a long-term downtrend that really started in 2011, but for the purposes of this chart, since 2013, and we broke out here in about June of 16, and we've been consolidating downward here ever since. We finally broke out in basically June, July of 2017, and now we're finally consolidating above that breakout point of 1200. And now we had this bullish flag pattern here on the weekly, and now we finally broke out above that last week. Coincided with the 50 RSI serving as very strong support on the weekly, and now we're bouncing higher. Expect to see a break above 1300 this week and a run towards 1360 in the coming weeks. Ultimately, we think 1380 to 1400 will be hit at some point this year. So very good opportunities in gold. What about silver? Silver is still in kind of this downtrend since 2016. It really never broke out of this downtrend, and now it broke out of this move here in early 2016 along with gold, if you draw this downtrend here. But ever since then, we've been consolidating downward, and we believe now we're finally ready to break higher. Why? Well, RSI kind of double bottom right below the 50, and now it's starting to move. It's leading price momentum, so we're at 1737 as of close on Friday, but RSI is a higher point today than we were almost at 20 several weeks or months ago, basically almost 12 months ago. Anyway, bottom line is great opportunity to really go long here on either futures or individual names in the silver space. We believe that 22 is going to be hit at some point this year, and it's going to go much higher in the months and years ahead. Platinum also looking very good. Broke out of this downtrend here in about August of this year. We retraced it from the upside. Now we're consolidated around that retrace point, and now we're starting to move higher. RSI is above 50 on the weekly, and that's very powerful development. MACDs look like they're getting ready to cross above zero, and we really like platinum here. Not too many names in the platinum space, but you might want to take a look at Sibanye Gold, SGBL, PLG, Platinum Group Metals, and there's Impala and Implats that are potential names that some have done really well already over the last 12 to 24 months, and others have not done due diligence, but those are some names to consider, as platinum might be the metal that you really want to consider in this next bull run in the PMs. Looking at the Gold Bucks Index HUI, it's finally starting to, we kind of have this bullish wedge here, and it looks like it's ready to break out higher. So stay tuned if it does, and we believe it will very soon. There's going to be some significant upside. Wouldn't be surprised to see 300 tagged at some point this year, or certainly in the next couple of months. I realize that the year is coming to a close, so maybe some of these predictions are more like 3 to 6 months versus 1 month ahead. Now, taking a look at the GDX, the juniors, or rather the majors, gold majors, we broke out here in July of 2017. We've been consolidating above this breakout zone. This move can be very powerful if it can take out that 50 level of RSI resistance. We believe it will, and if it breaks above 25, that's your trigger to go long on a weekly standpoint on GDX. Wouldn't be surprised to see 32 level being targeted as a first weekly move here. Juniors, gold juniors, they've been weak. They've been really weak, and they've been basing between 30 and 35. If you have been in the sector for the last several months, it's been painful, but This is these sort of base moves where you base between 30 and 35 for basically all of 2017. When the break eventually happens to the upside, that move is going to be ever more powerful. Expect to see 45 as a first price target, followed by 50 in the coming weeks and months ahead. Taking a look at the GDX versus GLD, so this is a ratio chart that compares the majors versus the metal, and you want to see the miners outperform the metal, and they haven't been doing so basically since 2016, but something's starting to, in our opinion, that's going to change very soon. We've been consolidating above this trend line here since basically July of this year. The MACDs are starting to curl higher, and we're finding support around that 38 level on the RSI, which is a very powerful support zone. So if this holds, expect the move higher, and that'll confirm that indeed this bull market has begun its new leg higher. Taking a look at the juniors versus the majors, another ratio chart. You want to see the juniors outperform the majors if this rally is indeed legitimate. Well, they've been weak for a longest time, and we're still below the middle Bollinger Band on the 50. But this is a support zone, this 140 level, 142 level that we kind of drew out here, and it had this nice hammer close towards the end of last week, and we think that the bottom is really in the minors. So you want to start taking out your watch list and adding and initiating positions at this point in time, in our opinion. Finally, you want to see silver outperform gold in any any legitimate bull market in metals. And finally, we had this bullish flag. We broke out above it. We've been consolidating here and building strength, kind of building momentum on this silver versus gold pair trade. And we're right below the 50 on the weekly RSI. We think that this is going to set up for a very, very strong move very soon. And MACDs are basically approaching their 12-month highs here, and on this ratio, and this really is our, I guess, the chart that tells us more so than any of the ones we showed prior that this market is starting to turn, and so there's going to be some really nice movements in PMs very soon. Finally, not shown in this video, but looking at the dollar looks like it's showing some weakness. The USD yen trade as well is starting to show a lot of weakness. So again, it adds further credence to this argument that PMs are indeed starting to break higher. So good luck with your trading, guys. Follow us, please, on StockTwits and at Twitter at Moniology if you like the work that we do. There's also going to be a link to the Patreon campaign. $10 would go a long way to supporting the work that we do. It helps us make better videos more often, and just shows us the appreciation for the hard work that we put into making these videos for you. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a great week trading. Take care.